Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. Today in this video, let's try to understand the Pisces Rising sign or Pisces Ascendant in Vedic Astrology. Who are these individuals? What are their overall perspective of life? Their career, their home life, family life, marriage, married life, the kind of sufferings that are connected with their 8th house. What are the sudden ups and downs that these individuals are going to face in their life? I'm going to explain you everything related to this ascendant in this video. See, first of all, if I talk about Pisces rising sign, it is one of the rarest ascendants in Vedic astrology. If you are having Pisces rising sign or Pisces ascendant in your own birth chart, it shows some kind of a blessings of some higher divine power that is present in your life. Also, Pisces, it is a watery sign, and water represents some kind of emotions as well, dealing with emotional activity. Although from the outside these individuals, they might look very wisest individuals or full of knowledge and wisdom, but from the deep within inside they are having very deep sense of emotions that are present inside them, and they will not express these kind of emotions in front of other individuals, because some kind of a fear that is also connected with the sign of Pisces, fear of losing their reputation as a guru or as a spiritual master in the life. So that fear is always present inside them, and that is their main karmic lesson. Like, they have to gain control over their emotions or gain complete mastery over their emotions. Also, Pisces, it is originally the 12th house of the imagination. So these individuals, they are very, like, that far sightedness approach towards life, looking at the bigger picture, not just looking at the minute details, because they are having that kind of a very big heart. Whenever they try to speak, whenever they try to say something, they act as a teacher, as a guru, because Jupiter is not only controlling their first house, it is controlling their 10th house of their career as well. So that kind of a very good public image or that strong reputation, that thing is always seen with these kind of ascendants. Also, regarding their second house of their family life, it is ruled by the planet Mars with the sign of Aries. And Aries, it is some kind of a malefic energy. Second house represents their initial childhood days. So usually I have seen whenever that competitiveness it is coming, because Aries, it is a competitive sign. Whenever this sign posited in the second house, the initial childhood days, they are going to be full of a struggle. Also, with the Mars placement or like Mars connection with the second house, with their savings as well. So these individuals are very, like, that very risk oriented or very protective towards their wealth. The kind of money which they accumulate in their life or the kind of wealth which they possess in their life, Mars acts as a very protective barrier in their life. Also, it is like, you may consider it as a very risk oriented sign, but for the Pisces ascendant, Mars is not going to be a very much risk oriented or very much risk taker, because I told you the number one fear present inside these individuals is the loss of reputation. They don't want to lose their reputation. They are happy if they are losing their wealth, but they will never ever lose their reputation at any cost, because respect, honor and dignity, that is going to be the major objective of their life. Regarding their third house of their siblings, it is ruled by the sign of Taurus, and Taurus, it is a very diplomatic sign. So that kind of a diplomatic character is seen behind the scenes or like behind this Pisces personality, which not many individuals know. Also, they will not openly express these kind of things in front of you, but they are having that kind of a diplomatic attitude behind their communication as well. Like, whenever they speak, it means there is some kind of a motive present behind them. If they are teaching you some kind of a thing, if they are telling you these things, some kind of a motive is always present behind that kind of a things. Also, the third house, it is originally the house of their siblings as well. So the relationship with the siblings, it is also going to be a very, like, that sudden ups and downs, because Venus not only governs their third house, it is also ruling their 8th house of their sudden ups and downs. So that kind of ups and downs in the relationship with their siblings are also going to be seen in their life. Also, regarding their 4th house, which is originally ruled by the sign of Gemini. And Gemini, it is a very movement, or it is a very flexible kind of a sign. Gemini represents some kind of a waviness, and in the fourth house of their homeland, these individuals, they will never ever going to be stay in their home life or their homeland for a longer duration of time, because Gemini energy always some kind of a force them to move from one location to other, to some other, to some other. Suppose they are staying in some kind of a home environment for around 5 years and 10 years. After that, they are going to shift that, move to new environment, then again move to some kind of a new environment. So that kind of a movement energy, it is connected with their fourth house. Also the happiness part, it is connected with their communication as well. If they are communicating with you, if they are having that kind of a strong set of belief system, they are presenting that thing in front of you, having very good communication with their colleagues, co-workers, with their home family members, they will attain that kind of a peace of mind. But if the communication is not good, then their peace of mind will completely go haywire. Also the fourth house represents their mother as well. So the relationship with the mother, it is also going to be a very good or bad, but it depends upon the placement of especially Mercury. But that kind of emotional connection is always present inside them, with their mother especially. Also regarding their fifth house, which is ruled by the sign of Cancer, and Cancer, it is a very emotional sign. And fifth house represents their upbringings as their children, the kind of relationship they are having with their educational curriculum and their studies. See, with their initial sufferings in their initial childhood days, these individuals, they have to suffer a lot because of Mars energy in the second house. And with the passage of time, these individuals understand the importance of education, and they instill that kind of a higher set of belief system inside their children as well. They teach their children the importance of education, why education is very important, and they always strive their child hard to please pursue some kind of a higher education or higher degrees in their life. Also, they are also very emotionally connected with their educational curriculum, because originally the moon, it is a very emotional and very sensitive planet. So that kind of a sensitiveness with their education is also connected with the fifth house. Also fifth house, as I told you, it represents their upbringings and children. So the sign of Cancer, it creates that kind of a emotional bond with their upbringing as well. Like if they are emotionally, they are highly connected with their children. Also peace of mind is connected with the relationship with their children as well. If they are having good relationship, then they will acquire the peace of mind, or they will feel happy and satisfied, or they will strive, or they will try hard to attain that kind of a mental peace with their upbringings as well, because they are that kind of a fatherly or that kind of a motherly figure as well, especially after marriage, because they will experience the sudden burst of maturity inside them after their marriage. Also regarding their sixth house of their dealing with their enemies, their obstacles day-to-day life, it is ruled by the sign of Leo. And the sign of Leo, it is a egoistic personality. So that is the main reason their ego is going towards the sixth house. And whenever ego is posited in the sixth house, it means it is getting crushed from everywhere. No matter the kind of knowledge which these individuals possess in their life, they are always going to face lot of enemies, lot of struggles and lot of hardships in their sixth house, in their day-to-day life. Also the sign of Leo represents their father as well, because sun represents their father, the relationship with their father. So with this kind of a placement, it shows some kind of a karmic backlog that is connected with their father as well. Either the relationship, it is going to be a very good or very bad, but I have seen usually the relationship, it is not going to be a very cordial, or they have to repay some kind of a debt to their father, especially after the death of their father. These individuals, they will find some kind of a rise in their life as well, especially if father is present inside their life. These individuals, they will not raise to certain heights, but after that, after especially their the death of the father, I have seen their career pillar, it is going to be raised in their life. Also the the sixth house, as I told you, it is the house of their enemies as well. So they will encounter very strong enemies who are having that kind of a very strong government officials and government connections. Also dealing with legal matters, it is like very easy for them, because they are having that kind of a strong energy of the Pisces who know everything, how to deal with even the legal and that court cases as well. So they are very, very strong in dealing with that legal matters especially. Also next, if I talk about regarding the seventh house of their marriage, their married life, see, it is ruled by the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is a very intellectual sign. Although, like I told you, these individuals, they are looking into the bigger picture, and they will attract that kind of a life partner who is very nitpicking kind of an individual, looking for the minute and very, that little things. So that kind of a life partner they are going to attract in their life. Also, depending upon the placement of planet Mercury, either the relationship, it is going to be a good or it is going to be a bad. Because especially for Pisces Ascendant, planet Venus, which is originally the governor or the controller of the marriage and the relationship aspect, it is sitting in the 8th house. The sign of Libra, it is in the 8th house. So these individuals, they will experience sudden ups and downs in the relationship aspect. Also, some kind of a secrets are always connected with their in-laws or especially with their spouse as well. And that are the kind of secrets which not many individuals know. Because planet Venus and Mercury, these two planets are very, very important for especially the Pisces Ascendant. Because these two planets, they govern maximum portion of your life. The relationship aspect, which is the very important aspect of any individual life, it is here ruled by Mercury. Also, like the after marriage, either their life partner is going to make them or it is going to break them. Because Mercury is a very clever planet and the sign of Virgo is a very intellectual sign. So even like they possess every kind of a knowledge, but the Pisces, they just try to look into the bigger picture. They are not the individuals who are looking for minute things, but that their other half, she's or he's looking for that kind of a minor details. And either the relationship, it is going to be a very cordial or it is going to be a very disturbing kind of a relationship. Because Pisces don't need any other person in their life. They are the independent beings or independent character. Just like the sign of Leo, that independent approach is always connected with the sign of Pisces. Also, like regarding their 8th house, as I told you, it is ruled by the sign of Libra. And Libra shows some kind of a balance. Although like you consider Libra as a very balancing sign, but the major portion or the major challenge, it is towards their 8th house. Dealing with the sudden ups and downs or the sudden fluctuations in the relationship. How to handle that thing, how to handle that aspect. And especially after marriage, I told you, they will experience some kind of a sudden burst of maturity inside them. Because after marriage, they experience how to deal with their in-laws, how to deal with the relationships, families and that kind of a thing. So it is going to be a bit of a struggling and challenging placement in their life. Also regarding their 9th house, which is originally ruled by the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio, it is a very research-oriented sign. So these individuals having that kind of intellectual, that brain present inside them, which lead them towards acquiring the higher degrees, especially like PhD and any doctorate degree. Also like the sign of, especially the sign of Scorpio, as I told you, it is a very research oriented sign. So these people, they are very interested in looking into the research field, especially any kind of a research related to any sector, like whether it totally depends upon their chosen field of career. But the research activities are going to be very, very good in their life. Also like the sign of Scorpio, it is some kind of a malefic, like that it is some kind of a secretive sign. So like they are having that kind of a very secretive spiritual belief system. Very spiritual, that secret set of spiritual belief systems present inside them. And they are very strongly and firmly connected with that kind of a belief system. Regarding their 10th house of the career, it is ruled by planet Jupiter with the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, it is a very authoritative sign. It is that kind of a fiery element which shows their authority in their day-to-day or in their working environment. Also, I told you, they strive towards acquiring name, fame and reputation. They are not the people who are hungry for money and wealth. The number one objective is to acquire that reputation, that strong pillar in their life. And definitely, irrespective of the placement of planet Jupiter, they are going to acquire that kind of image in the society. Either the people, they are going to be very fearful of them because of their inner capabilities, or either like they are having that kind of a negative influence as well. Because whenever they try to go in any kind of a field, suppose they are working in some kind of a job like environment, they try to control everything in their own hand or in their own grip. So that kind of a gripping, it is seen with these kind of placements. And please be very, very careful while dealing with Pisces Ascendant in the job or that kind of a scenario. Because you cannot defeat these people. The sign of Sagittarius, it is a very powerful sign or very powerful energy. I will cover up this thing in some separate video. See, regarding their next 11th house, it is originally ruled by planet Saturn with the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn shows some kind of a restriction in their life. So initially these people, they face a lot of restriction in their incoming gains. Like their incoming gains are going to be very, very restricted. Also, like these individuals are, that Saturn creates that kind of a boundaries around their 11th house of incoming gains. So these people are very protective around their money. Like, that spending portion, it is going to be a very protective. They will not spend like huge amount of money anywhere until and unless that thing justify its own original price. Because Saturn is controlling their 12th house as well. The 12th house of their expenses and expenditure as well, with the sign of Aquarius. So that analytical behavior is connected with their spendings and expenses as well. Okay, if I'm spending that much amount of money over there, what is the kind of investment I'm gaining, or what is the importance that I'm getting from that kind of investment? So that very analytical approach, it is connected with their 12th house as well. Also, like especially with that I told you, Saturn is controlling their 11th house of their incoming gain and their professional friend circle as well. So like especially with these kind of placements, it totally depends upon the placement of Saturn. Either they are having a very, very big friend circle, or they are having a very strong or very few friends in their lives. Because depending upon the placement of Saturn, if Saturn is very well dignified, exalted, it shows very large circle. If Saturn is not well positioned, it shows very few friends in their life. Also, like as I told you regarding their 12th house represents their other personality. The first personality, it is your first house. And if you want to look into your inner personality, look at the 12th house. So that analytical behavior or that analytical personality, that is connected with their 12th house as well. So that is the overall perspective behind the Pisces Ascendant in Vedic Astrology, guys. I hope you like and enjoyed this video. If you have any queries regarding your Ascendant or regarding your rising sign, or having any questions regarding your marriage, career, childbirth timings, land, property, business, investments, anything if you want to ask, please contact me at my mail ID, guys. I will respond you back within 48 hours after receiving your email. So till then, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel below. And if you really like this video, please hit the like button, guys. I will meet you very, very soon in the next video. Bye-bye and take care.